Yes. Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Liverpool through to the knockout stages of the Champions League with a 1-0 victory, courtesy of not just a goal from Curtis Jones, but an excellent performance from the youngster as well. And big shout out to the young goalkeeper, Kelleher, in goal. You know what? A fairly routine performance, a routine game until the dying moments, and then bang. When it comes to clutch moments in football, we always tend to want to focus on the strikers and the attackers, the goals and the assists, and I understand why. But excuse me, my chair moved. That save was absolutely astounding. So big shout out to him, and also Nico Williams at right back. I think he had a really tough couple of games in the past week against Atalanta and Brighton, but came in tonight, gets an assist. Really important to the way that Liverpool played tonight. So a big shout out to him in relation to that. But I want to hear from you. I want your thoughts on Liverpool's performance over the course of this show or anything else that's on your mind footballing wise. We are taking calls via Skype. The Skype line is open. Just search Football Terrace FC. Or if you sign up now to our Discord server, I'm going to put it up on the link for it is inside the description below. I don't know why that's gone so big like that. That's a little bit weird. But that's the Discord server that you can join right about now. You can get yourself involved over there. The link is in the description below. You can give us a call via the Discord server. You can get yourself on the air. You can come and have your say. You can get yourself across to the Football Terrace and get that done. We really want to hear from you. But in the end, Liverpool deserved it. You'll get some salty rivals of Liverpool that will come out and say, Ajax opened you up and created chances, had 15 shots. They did, but in all fairness, like the first game, Ajax didn't look tonight like they could score in a brothel. Legit. Didn't look like they could score in a brothel. A lot of good play, a lot of good foreplay. No penetration, no end result. And in the end, all it took was a bit of a moment of madness from Onana in goal. And then that was it. Great cross by Williams. And do you know what I liked about the goal from Curtis Jones is how he saw it through. He didn't just assume the goalie was going to get there. He anticipated, he read the game, and bang, he put it away. Excellent performance from him. Curtis Jones, in my opinion, takes away the man of the match for this game. No doubt about it whatsoever. I want to go to some of your comments here because I want to know what you're all thinking, feeling, saying, etc. But make sure you're hitting and sharing and smashing that like button for us. Really important that you get that done. It really, really is. See some of your comments here. Thank you, Lincoln, for sharing that. Well, you guys are all going at each other big time. So what are you all having to go at each other for in the comment section? You're all mad. I love my viewers so much. Legitimately, I do. We're taking our first call of the night, and that's going to be from Monsieur Ahmed. And we're also going to add Elite KJ to that as well. Monsieur, we'll go to you first. Massive fan of the Football Terrace. Big contributor as well. Liverpool through to the knockout stages. Give me your thoughts, bro.
A much improved performance. Oh, hang on, I'm getting double sound. A much improved performance than compared to Brighton. I thought we were good enough passing. We had quite a few chances. We got Nico Williams. I kind of gave him stick in the last 2 games as well for quite a performance where he's improved. Good assist, and Curtis Jones as well for assisting. Scoring a goal, not giving up on that ball. And you know what? It's at the end of the day, we qualified. It means that last game now becomes just a free game that we don't need to put pressure onto the big players. And it's a good win.
It is. And I mean, losing tonight wouldn't have been catastrophic. He wouldn't have been out of the Champions League, but it would have meant, as you say, 14 for the final game. You have to go for, any slip ups against Midtjylland. It could have ended in disaster. And that just puts that to bed. As you say, you can have complete rotation for the next match. Give Kelleher another game. Completely rest your front players, etc. Stroh's on the line with us as well. I muted Stroh for a second just because I think he might be sorting out where he was sitting. Stroh, your team, Liverpool, through to the next round. Are you hoping for a bit more of? I think Liverpool they've done well to qualify, barring one performance away against Atalanta. It hasn't been sort of vintage Liverpool yet in the Champions League. Do you think there's something in reserve here? Do you feel as January, February comes, you'll see Liverpool really kick on to that next gear. You need to unmute yourself, Stro. Maybe Stro isn't there. We'll go to KJ. The Stro might come back in a minute. KJ, from your point of view, I mean, Liverpool through quite comfortably. What were your thoughts on the game?
No, they did what they needed to do. They weathered the storm. Ajax did play very well. At certain points in the game, looked like they're going to make something, but they did. Liverpool did what top teams do and they should do. They soak up the pressure. They weather the storm and then bang, hit them when they feel like that they have hope. I always say when smaller teams are playing against you, don't give them any hope because they'll take that all the way to a 1-0 win. But Liverpool sucked the hope out of the Ajax, and when that first goal went in, you didn't really see Ajax making a comeback. So it was a good game for Liverpool. And Curtis Jones, yeah, this kid, I heard Liverpool fans raving about him like last year, and then maybe a bit towards the end of the season before that. And obviously, because of last season, there was on the title charge. We didn't really get to see much of him, only little glimpses. This season now, he's got given a better shirt, a squad number, the number 17, and you're starting to see what this kid can do, and he looks very special. I think we might need to start talking about him in the likes of Foden, Greenwood, and those kind of top English talents. And also, Stro tweeted it, I mentioned it in the group chat, the goal, Nico Williams to Curtis Jones, academy player to academy player. You love to see that, like you do.
Yeah, of course you do. And I think, do you know what I would say about Curtis Jones? And it's a bit of a sweeping statement, but I've seen more from him this season as a Liverpool player than I've seen in Naby Keita's whole Liverpool career. And I'm not talking, another man's had his injuries, but I always talk about this. When you want to see a bit of substance from a player, you want to see a little bit of oomph, a bit of get up and go, a little bit of je ne sais quoi, as Thierry Henry would say. I see that with Curtis Jones, and he makes mistakes like all youngsters, fights, gets himself back in the game. He's sort of dogged in that approach, but with class, as in a footballing sense around him. Thoroughly, from my point of view, thoroughly impressed with him. I think Stro's back with us now. Mate, I mean, what did you make of your team's performance tonight?
Shaky at times. We rode our luck, but like you've all said, it's about the result at the end of the day. And I just want to touch on what you just said about Curtis Jones and Naby Keita. The thing that stands out for Curtis Jones for me is the maturity in his game. So you see young players, especially in the centre midfield area, they don't recycle the ball well enough. Do you know what I mean? The first thought is, I need to impress. And he'll try passes and he'll lose the ball, and then it just becomes a basketball game. With Curtis Jones, the Leicester game was a standout game for me. And again tonight, his hold-up play, the way he can manipulate his body, he can move, he can dribble with the ball. I mean, you've seen him, he was the first one to go to the corner flag out of everyone. And that's maturity in his game. For a kid that age, it's special. And then obviously then you hear Rio Ferdinand talking about when he's talking to the guys in the England camp and just saying who's the standout player from the under-21s. Every single person saying Curtis Jones. And
yeah,
he is a special talent, and I'm glad for Nico Williams tonight because he's had a hard time from Liverpool fans. But touching on the point that you made earlier with regards to come January, February, I do think there's a bit in reserve. I think given the circumstances that we're in at the moment with the injuries and stuff like that, it's just a case of get through the group unscathed. Obviously, we had the loss last week, which was a kind of a free hit, still frustrating. But we're through tonight. We can rest big players, which we're going to need to at some point going into obviously the December and January period. And then hopefully we can recruit in January. Now that Shears looks like a phenomenal talent. I won't mind having a pop at him. And then obviously come February, hopefully we get a good draw and see where it can take us.
Who's page mentions, bro?
Shears, the centre back.
Oh, from
Ajax.
Yeah, from Ajax. Yeah, I think there's one point where he was going a foot race against Mane, and he kind of tackled him, which I thought was quite impressive, especially against with Sadio Mane's pace.
Yeah.
I mean, he picked up a booking, and obviously Sadio Mane does that against one of the best wingers in the world. But he's 21 years old, and he does look like a proper talent.
Do you know?
I just want.
Sorry, go on, mate. Go on, Monty.
And I just want to say a special shout out to the goalkeeper as well, because I thought he had, for a young goalkeeper, he had a pretty amazing game. I mean, that save against Hunt.
What's the Adrian again?
Boy, that Hunt header. Adrian, that goes in the back of the net. Adrian fluffs that.
Yeah,
Adrian misses it.
it was excellent, and it was everything else he did on the night was assured. It was competent. It was a sort of 6, 7 out of 10. No shaky performance from the goalkeeper, and then he pulls that off. You think, oh, you got, and that's what Liverpool have needed for a while now. The ability to, at the weekend when David De Gea went off injured, Man United fans had no concerns with Henderson coming on, and I think that's what Liverpool Football Club, for where you are in the world of football right now. I think you need that. You need that security in your goalkeeping positions where you think you don't have a goalkeeper coming onto the pitch that you think he could legitimately lose us the game today, because with the
moment.
Yeah, well, exactly. And do you know what makes me laugh as well? Onana tonight proved categorically that all these English football fans don't watch European football, because all summer all I heard from Chelsea fans is, why we get a summer and then when we're after Mendy, why Mendy? Onana. He's amazing. He's amazing. And I went onto this. I got onto this thread, and it was from some Ajax fans kicking off about him, basically saying he just has these mistakes in him all the time. It just proves that people don't watch him, because if they watched him, they would know. Now, I don't know that he makes mistakes all the time, because I don't profess to watch that football. I've got some super chats to do here. First of all, first one from Neil, who says, that's how us Irish do it. Big performance there from Kelleher. 3 academy players won us that game tonight. Bye Adrian as the number 2. Aaron LFC, long-serving Liverpool fan of the football. Terrace says, big up the Terrace. The Liverpool youngsters showed again why they're the future of the club. Good performance. My 29th birthday today. Wonderful gift with qualifications. Big up yourself for your birthday, brother. Same day as my Archie's. My Archie's not first birthday today. It's 1st of December. My son Archie's 6th birthday today. Can't personally be with him because of lockdown. So I actually couldn't. First time I've not been with him in his birthday, which is a shame. But and then the worst bit is where he lives has just gone into a 2-week lockdown. So I can't go tomorrow, which is just so annoying. They only announced it a few days ago. But big up yourself, Aaron. Happy birthday to you. There were some other super chats that came through, and I'm going to end up missing them. And it's annoying me now because my screen's froze. I'm going to try and go back and find them. The chat box is so mad when you miss it. There we go. So we've got one here from Kevin Williams, who is a Spurs fan. Says, the last decent Ajax side, Spurs knocked out with a second half hat-trick. Ajax sold their best players afterwards. I like to give a reality check, Terry. Listen, no one's saying this is a vintage performance from Liverpool. Nobody says this performance means they're going to win the treble. Nobody's saying they destroyed Ajax tonight. If the Ajax played as well in their passing, their movement and build-up with the same quality of players they've sold from 2 years ago, it might have been a different result. But, bro, do you know what? Like, life ain't fair, and that's the way it is. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of things I'd like. I'd like an extra few inches, but it ain't going to happen, is it? Do you know what I mean? I just got to get on with what I've got. Do you know what I mean? That's how it is.
Van Dijk back.
Yeah. I still prefer a couple of inches more.
Also,
one sec, let me just finish these super chats. Sorry, mate. Owen Dunn here says, for all the injuries and everything, Liverpool still joint top of the table and winners of the Champions League group, and show how strong we are. And that's the point, bro. I think Liverpool's injuries have immortalized you. Have immortalized you and brought you back into the pack. But it just shows how amazing you were, that it's taken a genuine injury crisis for other teams to catch you up slightly. And by the way, that's only temporary. We don't know whether the Tottenhams and the Chelseas can even keep pace with you. Only time's going to tell. You were going to say something there, Monso?
Yeah, I just want to put more praise on the Kelleher, because his distribution as well was pretty good as well. I mean, he was calm on the ball. He kind of picked out the passes from the on the width, and usually we see Adrian do that, and he panics and then he's like flinging it, I don't know, from what earth of the stadium. But like Shaw said, I don't want to see Adrian again. I think Kelleher is a good backup. It is one game. Let's not get twisted. Like, let's not say he's going to be the best goalkeeper in the world. He's still a young goalkeeper, and with Alisson, is it 2 weeks? They said.
Yeah, 2 weeks. It's a minor thigh injury, but the problem is, and this is the thing, what we need to talk about with regards to Adrian. You go back to this season and the games that he's played. So you look back at the main one, which is the Aston Villa game.
Yeah.
The mess started with him with the ball at his feet, and he tries to play a pass to Gomez, and he knocks it past Gomez into Jack Grealish, and then Grealish squares it to Watkins and he scores. Same game, ball gets whipped into the box, and Adrian goes wandering to the shops, nowhere to be seen. And Watkins has a free header, and it's lucky that he hits the bar because that could have been 9 or 10. Like, he was awful that game, and every time I watch him, it makes me nervous with the ball at his feet because he's like a deer in headlights. He doesn't know what he's doing. Not once, for a kid that's never played in the Champions League, at any point tonight when the ball was at Kelleher's feet was a nervous once.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to how good this kid is.
And do you know what? I think clubs have got to start looking at using these academy goalkeepers more with the modern day systems we play. Adrian is from the previous era of goalkeepers where they grew up not using their feet. That's why he looks the way he does in those situations. And I think they get nervous with their feet. It puts doubt into them, and it makes them even less effective as shot stoppers, which, you know, you'd expect him to still be better at as an example. And I think that's something that I think the clubs have really got to focus on and look at. We're going to take a look at your next Premier League game coming up. Before we do that, we've got Rack on the line as well now. Do me a big favor, everyone tuning in. Please hit that like button right now. Nearly 1,500 of you watching. Let's get this past at least 750 likes while we're live, please. Liverpool fans, smash it. Rivals, you may hate Liverpool, but come on, you hear your supporters of the Football Terrace. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you are also signing up to our Discord as well. The reason I need you to sign up to that and get that down there is a server. I'm not too sure why that's focused in so much. I'm going to try my best now. I'm going to press refresh, and maybe this will make it focus normal again. Did it work? I don't know. No, I don't know why that's gone hella small, you know. I don't know how to fix it. I'm not even going to try to fix it because I don't know what I'm doing. But there you go. All about that way you can keep up to date and always get notifications. I will be hosting. It's the Football Terraces show, but it's in association with Give Me Sport, a brand new breakfast show, 9 a.m. Thursday morning. The way you'll be able to interact and phone in during that is either in the live stream on Facebook or via the Discord chat. And we want you there because one of the reasons that we're doing this partnership is people are interested in you. They're interested in the community and what you bring. And you know, I can't do it without you. If it's just me talking, I might as well sit and talk into a mirror if you guys ain't there. I do want to attract new audience, but I want you all there with me. So make sure you're following us on Discord for all the information for that. That's coming to get it downloaded right about now. A few people saying there's a problem with the stream. I'm not too sure. It's okay my end. You might just need to refresh what you're looking at here. There we go. You know what? Sorry.
Can I just say,
go on.
Can we agree that Alisson is probably the most injury-prone goalkeeper we've ever seen in our lives? I thought has as many injuries as he's had at Liverpool, man. This is mad.
I hate to agree with you, KJ, but you may have a point, man. And the drop down in quality when he's not playing is massive. But yeah, let's just hope this is the last one. But
it's only like the little injuries. It's not like it doesn't have the long term ones. It just have touch wood. It doesn't have a long term. It's like a little injuries that he has, which is quite annoying.
Yeah, but I say it must be very frustrating that your number one goalkeeper has niggling injuries every now and then, which requires you to play your backup. And I don't know why Liverpool didn't invest in an adequate backup. I know Kelly had a great game today, but he's at the age of a goalkeeper where it's probably best to send him out on loan year in, year out to get that game time. And so you really need a older, better version of Adrian for that backup spot. Because this season is great that Kelleher is still here to be backup, but next season,
but KJ, you're a better backup than Adrian. Like what we're talking about. I never like this man.
Well, I suppose. Listen, So if you're right, KJ, and Alisson's this injury prone, then Kelleher is going to get a lot of game time, isn't he? So it's catch-22. Just before we end the stream, I want to speak about this weekend. You've got Wolves, of course. Wolves have so unfortunate that Raul Jimenez is out, and I don't even think he knows now. It's going to be touch and go whether he returns to football or not because a fractured skull is. We saw what happened to what's the name of that?
Ryan Mason.
No, Ryan Mason. Obviously, for outfield players, I think it's more of a problem than goalkeepers. Goalkeepers don't have to use their heads really in games, if that makes sense.
Even Czech was never the same goalkeeper after that knee to the head that he got. He just didn't seem like he was the same.
So we obviously know that they're without those players as an example. I mean, how are you Liverpool fans? We've just added Terry Tibbs to the stream as well. How are you feeling ahead of the Wolves game? Because the last 3 matches, you've done well in some, not so much in others. You've got a good result tonight. Are there any concerns about the performance levels at the moment at Liverpool, or do you just think this is a little bit of a rough patch and you'll come through it no problems?
A bit of both. I think it's a bit of a rough patch. But the thing that concerns me most about the Wolves game is me and you have talked about it, Terry, with regards to the injuries are kind of galvanised Liverpool as if the case it's us against them. That kind of an injury to Jimenez, you want to then give everything you've got for him. Do you know what I mean? You want to make the most of the opportunity when you're on the pitch because he's not on there. So they will come there with a chip on the shoulder. They will come there and they will fight for everything because of what happened with regards to that. That's my concern. And then you look at it, the fact that we've not got our best squad available. We're in a bit of an inconsistent form in regards to our actual style of play and the level of performance.
Yeah,
I mean, we've only lost 1, so that's my big concern. Wolves are a threat on the counter attack, especially, and we will have the majority of the ball. It's just what happens in the transitions. Are we quick enough to shut them down? Are we going to get caught out? Because let's be honest, Brighton should have been 2 or 3-0 up. Connolly had chances. Against the Wolves, they take them chances, and it's backs against the wall job. So we need to manage the game better. A lot better.
And I think that's the one thing I'd say about barring Leicester in your last sort of 10 or so games. That's kind of been the pattern in a lot of those matches where teams like tonight, they didn't really have very many chances on your goal, but they opened you up quite a bit. And it's about, Atalanta last week punished you for that as an example. Brighton, again, I think Brighton let you off the hook at the weekend. And if they've got their shooting boots on, I can imagine Wolves. I get a feeling like Wolves against you are going to get 3 or 4 really good chances to score in the game. So there's 2 things to this. It's a case of you guys have got to take your chances. Unlike tonight, where I did think Mane and Salah are a little bit wasteful, you're going to have to take your chances and then almost hope that either the goalie pulls off great saves or they don't have their shooting boots on. Because the fact is, without Trent, without Gomez, without Van Dijk,
and Alisson.
Yeah, you are being opened up more as a football club. Why? Because your better players aren't there, and it's very normal for that to happen. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah,
and they have got good players. Wolves. I mean, I really like Pedro Neto. He's a really good young player. I think he's got big things in his future. I still think that we're creating chances, and we'll create chances against Wolves, and we'll do enough. But obviously, Wolves are a threat. They're pretty solid defensively. Jimenez is going to be missing, but they've got other players. They got what's his name in midfield? Raul. I forget his name now. It's
Ruben
Diaz. Ruben Neves. Yeah. So they've got strength throughout their team, and Traore, Neto, they got pace on the break as well. But I'm still confident we'll do enough.
And you'll certainly be a much tougher opponent for them than that training game they had at the weekend against Arsenal. So there's no doubt about that in my mind. I thought I'd throw a little bit more Arsenal nonsense into. There's a comment. Sorry, go on, mate. Go on.
I just remember that even Robertson picked up a knock during the game as well, which is concerning because he put on a strap, but he played the full. I just hope he's okay. But he did pick up a knock early in the game. So
yeah. I mean, that will be a concern that you don't want him going out now for a few weeks as well. But we'll see what happens. There was a super chat earlier, again, throwing a bit of shade at Arsenal, but they basically said Arsenal's chances of winning the Europa League is slipping away slowly because it looks like Real Madrid and maybe Paris Saint-Germain could be in the Europa League. That would be Arsenal's luck, isn't it? They suddenly have Real Madrid and you know what will happen? They'll end up coming up against Real Madrid, and then it'll be the first time since he's been there that Eden Hazard turns up and man bangs in a hat-trick or something. You can see it happening now. Big game tomorrow night for Manchester United, gents. Just sort of quickly before we round up the show, what are your thoughts? I mean, it's been an interesting. We did the preview earlier. We had one United fan thinks we're going to get battered 4 or 5-0. There was another Arsenal fan that said that Paris Saint-Germain are not a very good team if you take away all their world-class players. That's a weird thing to say. Very weird. It's literally goes there. His words were they're a really average team if you take away Neymar Mbappe, Di Maria, Verratti, Kimpembe, and McQuinton. You know, you're like, really? Danny, really? I was, you know, that you sort of listening,
Captain Obvious.
I mean, and it wasn't Safe that said it, and it wasn't Elite Opinions, and it wasn't eye test. So it was another person that we could maybe. Do you know what we should have? We should have a panel. You know, like the X Factor. They don't do it anymore because the world's changed. But you know, all the bad singers and the weirdos that try out. They used to bring them on in the last final to sing a big song. We should one day do a show where it's all the people.
Imagine that show.
Yeah, with weird opinions, and we can throw Prime and Ram and Lincoln into that as well, and then go on then. You guys go for it. Hashtag Geek Squad. Yeah, we should do that. But yeah, I mean, so on that game, I mean, what do you guys think is going to happen?
Question: can I just confirm that all we need is a point to qualify because we beat PSG on head-to-head if they get level points?
Yeah. If we
No,
if we get a point, that's enough anyway because there's that will put us. Yeah, if we get a point tomorrow, we qualify regardless.
Okay, cool. You know, I just get the job done. I actually don't care about winning this game. As long as we draw, that's all I care about. Qualifying right now beats. Oh, you beat PSG 3 times. Like, I don't care. Get the job done. If it means that we go 1-0 up and shut up shop, do that, fam. Do what we need to do to get over the line. I don't want to be hearing we have to win to prove that Ollie's good enough. Like, no, I don't care. We are in a group that everyone said that we wouldn't make it out of. People were even saying we're not even gonna make it into the Europa League. We're sitting on the top of the table with 1 point needed to win, to go through. So that's all I care about.
I've got United winning. I've got United winning 2-1, and I think Cavani will have an unbelievable game. I think he'll probably get on the score sheet.
I hope so. Do you know what's really interesting about Ollie Outers ahead of this game? I heard them moaning that we shouldn't even be concerned about this game because we should have beaten Istanbul back-to-back and qualified in the last match, meaning today should have been a dead rubber. And you know, you're like, hang on. So you're complaining, even though we're top of the group and we beat Leipzig and PSG, and we're 1 point away with 6 available from qualifying from this group. The group that you all laughed at and said Ollie is dead because of this group. But because we've started it well, you've now moved them goalposts to it's a disgrace that we haven't qualified after 4 games. The irony in that is mad. And that's why tomorrow, I'm with you, KJ. I just want to get the point and get through. So if someone said right now, take a draw, I'd take it. I'd love to win. But what my heart would like, not my head, is I'd like a good victory where we're the better team and we win by a goal or 2, and you can walk away and be like, you know, what does this mean? You know, to finish in top of this Champions League group that was meant to be the group of death, that was meant to expose our squad, expose how bad we are. Look, we've got to go into the knockout stages and do what we've got to do there. But you remember we did the show. Aaron was on, David was on, Monstar was on, and all of them were like, Man United are absolutely dead. Equally, you know, it's just crazy. But there we go. It's one of them ones. Guys, we're going to end the stream there. Do me a favor, like I've said, please go into the description below and sign up to the Discord server right about now. Smash the like and share button. Back with you tomorrow. Keep an eye out for the announcement regarding the Give Me Sport show that starts Monday morning, 9 p.m. Until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves. Yeah.
You forget one thing. What? Midnight Vibes, first midweek show.
Oh, yes, that's tomorrow night. Yes, tomorrow night, first midnight tomorrow. So that's actually midnight Thursday, if we're being technical. But tomorrow, in terms of the guide, Midnight Vibes has now got a midweek slot. So get yourselves involved. Listen, everybody, until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon.